Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. It is great to be here on this chilly but beautiful day for a fantastic announcement for Rocky Hill. And I want to thank Mayor Murata for hosting us, and I want to thank Senator Lesser and Representative Wood for their fierce advocacy for Rocky Hill. Today we have great news. We are here to highlight $999,000 in state funding that was allocated to remediate 2418 Main Street and 1 Dividend Road. So you see it behind us. And this is a brownfield that has been underutilized for too long. I can't tell you how many hundreds of times I have driven by the site and wondered when there would be some great work and good uses made of this property, because it is the gateway to Rocky Hill, and it is an area that is, of course, close to Cromwell and Middletown and Weathersfield. So it's important that we put this property back to good use, and this funding of almost $1 million is going to do just that. The money will be used to remediate and redevelop the site into a brand new mixed-use development that's going to have 213 apartments with 10% as affordable. There will also be over 11,000 square feet of office space and almost 10,000 square feet of retail businesses and other site improvements. The reason that the governor and I have this remediation of brownfields programs is to put underutilized properties back to good use so that towns can collect property taxes on it. And we try to prioritize because as you might know, every town and city has a whole list of projects that they would like to do. And the reason that this project has risen to the top is that there is a public-private partnership already. There's a developer who's got a vision to build housing and retail space. This is an area that will help spur economic development, not just in Rocky Hill, but in this region. Of course, we need many more housing units, so we're very excited about this. And this was a shovel-ready project ready to go. And we're very excited about the 200 construction jobs that will be here on this site over a 3-year period as this project is built out. And there will be 9 to 12 permanent on-site jobs that will be created for the residential part of the project. And there will be other jobs hopefully created by new businesses that are part of this complex as well. So we're thrilled to be here to invest almost $1 million in Rocky Hill and in the greater Hartford area. We think it's going to be very productive, both from a standpoint of the over 200 new housing units that are going to be built, but also the economic development impact of having this new housing here in Rocky Hill and the new retail and office space that will be available as well. So with that, I'm pleased to hand it over to the fearless leader of Rocky Hill, Mayor Murata.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and welcome everyone. Happy Friday. I'll tell you, there's nothing more exciting than when we have an opportunity to welcome the Lieutenant Governor, but on a day that we have an opportunity to welcome her to accept a grant of nearly $1 million to revitalize this property is just an outstanding day and opportunity for us. So thank you so much for investing in our community. As the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, this is a really big project for Rocky Hill. We're redeveloping this site, which is going to be the very beginning of the creation of a downtown that does not exist right now in Rocky Hill. So a lot of people don't recognize the fact that we are split right down the middle by 91, and we have two very separate and distinct commercial corridors. One is this Route 99 Silestine Highway, and the other one is Route 3 Cromwell Avenue. And this side of Rocky Hill doesn't necessarily get the attention that it deserves, and now that is finally happening thanks to the Lieutenant Governor and the Governor's commitment to brownfield remediation. If you look behind you, that's actually our town green. We have a lot of events there, and for over 20 years, when we've gathered there, we've looked at this eyesore of a building that's been vacant for so long. And whether you look to the north or the south, the east or the west, there's all residential housing around here, and the neighbors have been looking at this blighted property for far too long. So we're really excited to bring in this housing. As the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, it has an affordable workforce component, which is critical to the state of Connecticut. It's creating jobs, and equally important, it's going to bolster all of the small mom and pop shops that are here along the Silestine Highway and throughout the region. So again, thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Thank you, Mayor. The other exciting thing that I realized that I should mention as well is with housing units here, the residents will have an opportunity to just keep walking to all kinds of great restaurants and retail establishments. So I think it's going to mean good things for walkability in Rocky Hill as well. So it's my pleasure to introduce State Senator Matt Lesser, who's been just a stalwart in advocating for Rocky Hill.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor Bysiewicz, and to Governor Lamont as well. You know, I remember years ago meeting with former Mayor Joe Kohanek, and he would say, you gotta do something about the Ames property. This was an eyesore. This was a contaminated piece of land that we couldn't do anything about. And with a partnership with the town of Rocky Hill, and in addition to the mayor, I want to thank town manager Ray Carpentino, the state of Connecticut, and private industry, we are finally cleaning up this mess. All across Connecticut, as the Lieutenant Governor mentioned, we have brownfields. We have contaminated parcels that are not usable because of previous contamination. But I can't think of a higher priority than an eyesore right in downtown on Main Street in Rocky Hill that was really a blight on this community. And so providing this additional funding, in addition to the funding already secured, will really go a long way to cleaning up this property, to making it available to the public, and making sure that this town is able to use every inch of the land in it. So thank you very much to the Lieutenant Governor, and again to Governor Lamont.
Thank you, Senator. And now I'd like to introduce State Representative Carrie Wood, who has been someone working very closely with the developer to make sure that this project moves forward as quickly as possible so that the residents of Rocky Hill can enjoy new retail, a new office space, and great housing. Representative Wood.
Lieutenant Governor, and thank you, Governor Lamont, for your support. I think I just want to end this speaking program with just filling everyone in as to why now. Why are we here breaking ground now? It took us this long because it required a public-private partnership and the investment from the state. This is a very expensive project to get going. We needed every dollar that we could get from the state of Connecticut, and they were there with us this whole time to help the town of Rocky Hill attract one of the best developers that there is in the area of residential development. So we couldn't be more proud that this team has been put together, that we're able to look forward towards a groundbreaking And then I want to acknowledge the people behind the scenes, the members of the town of Rocky Hill that applied for these grants and do all the work under the leadership of Ray Carpentino. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of paperwork that goes into applying for these grants, and I want to make sure that they're recognized for the great work. I'm so proud of the town of Rocky Hill and everyone up here that's made this happen. Thanks to the residents of Rocky Hill that have demanded that we make this project a priority in town. And it was a whole team of us that have worked together from the local level to the state level up to the governor's office. And I just couldn't be more proud that we're here today. Thank you.
So we're happy to have so many media partners join us today. We appreciate it. And I have this whole panel of experts right here if there are any questions about the funding or the project.
When will it be?
I think it's going to be finished in pieces over 3 years, and I'll let any of my Rocky Hill friends talk about the timing.
So it is a 36-month project, recognizing that it began last year. So we've already looked in, the testing has been done, the remediation has been done, the buildings have all come down, and so next step will begin construction.
Anybody else? Really? All right, thank you.